Are you lost? Stuck between jobs, not knowing what to do? Especially with your 401k? Oh no! It's my former employer! So let's do a quick review of what we're talking about. Retirement plans can be 401ks, 403bs, simple IRAs, Warhammer 40ks, 90210s, and 303 Cardi Bs. Now, I just made those last three up, but there are a handful of them. If you want more details, then check out our 401k video. Now, they are all accounts that are meant to be used for retirement. They are company-sponsored plans, which means they work as long as you work for a company. Well, when you leave your company, what happens to it? Does the money evaporate? Does the company's CEO use it to fund his wife's Western boho obsession? What should you do? Well, let's talk about that. So you are no longer at your job. Now, that could be a good thing. Maybe you had a boss that literally cracked you with a whip, so you quit. Maybe it was a bad thing. Got caught putting thumbtacks on your coworkers' seats. Or maybe it was a misunderstanding. How were you supposed to know Lori was allergic to peanuts? You don't keep a diary of everybody that has allergies. Well, let us help you eliminate one less worry about your 401k. So first off, don't panic. The money is always going to be yours, at least the amount you contributed. Now, each retirement plan is different, and sometimes the money from the company won't be yours until it vests, which isn't a term that means your money puts on a bulletproof vest and stars in its own heist film. Vesting refers to a specified time that the employee would work for the employer to be able to earn financial benefits or stock from the company. It means that you have to work for the company a certain amount of time. Okay, so you want to get the money out. Generally, you have four options. The first one is easy and rarely ever suggested. That is, you can just take the money out. However, since it's meant for retirement, if you choose this option before you retire, then you get hit with penalties on top of potential taxes. Not a great option before retirement, but sometimes life slaps you in the... So that leaves the other options. The second option is you can keep it where it is. Technically, you don't have to do anything because it's your money. If it's in a good plan and has low expenses, and if it's invested well, this can be a great option. However, some big downsides is that since you don't work for the company anymore, making any changes is more difficult, and generally, you can't contribute any additional money, even if you wanted to. Now, one thing to be aware of with this option is that if you have a low enough balance in your account, some companies can force you to move it. So that's where the third option comes in. If you get a new job and that job has a retirement plan, then you can potentially move your old account into the new retirement plan. This helps avoid taxes and allows you to contribute to your new retirement plan. So you're not starting from $0. However, not all plans can be rolled into others. And if you're rolling to a bad retirement plan with high expenses or bad investments, you may not want to. Think of this like a hermit crab switching shells. He might move to a nicer shell and have room to bring things with him. But he could potentially move into a shell that doesn't look nice, and he has less room to move around in it, which leaves the final and fourth option. That is, you can potentially roll into an IRA. An IRA is an individual retirement account, not to be confused with an irresistible rotisserie avocado. You'd be surprised how often that happens. Think of this option as moving from a plan that is sponsored by your employer to one that you control. The positives about this is it gives you the most flexibility for investment because you can invest how you want. You can contribute to it, it's yours, so now you are only generally limited to the rules of the IRAs. The downside is it can have more expenses depending on where you roll it to, how you invest it, and who you invest it with. If you need any help understanding this, don't hesitate to reach out to your friendly neighborhood finance geek. We'd be happy to help you. So why are those the options? Well, that has to do with two main things. Well, the first reason is because this money is retirement money. It's not meant to be accessed and taken out early like a savings account. So the options for getting it are supposed to be a little more strict. I mean, think about it. If the money didn't come with restrictions, you probably wouldn't be incentivized to leave it in there. You'd probably reach into it the minute you wanted some Auntie Anne's pretzels. The extra couple seconds that makes you think about the penalties and taxes you would pay keeps you serious about retirement. The second reason is that a retirement plan through work is what is called an employer-sponsored plan, meaning it's a retirement plan through your work. So it might be your money, but it's their plan. So if you want to move it or move it to your own retirement plan, there's more restrictions to do so. Think of it like using your own tools versus borrowing your neighbor's. It's easy to go into your garage, but if you want to borrow them, it might come with a few strings attached. Speaking of, hey Jeff, it's Big Eth here. You remember how you borrowed my weed whacker last week? I need you to do something for me. Hello?
Hi, Big Keith. I'm Jeff Bezos, no relation. Owner of Amazon, no relation. Salmon Processing. I looked over your resume and would like to offer you a managerial position in one of my factories. Would you be interested?
Sir, I never applied to your business, but I would be honored. Now, there is no specific group that should care about this more than others. Because if you don't have a retirement plan with money in it, then you may just need to keep what options there are in mind, especially if you plan on leaving your job. Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. And remember, there are some things you should run from because they're scary, but not knowing what you should do with your retirement when you leave your job shouldn't be one of them. We'll see you next time. That's our show. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider following. And if you think we can assist you in any of your financial endeavors, please feel free to contact us. Our information is in the description below. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.